Time for our hot topic of the day, sponsored by Hampton by Hilton, where breakfast is always free and hot. It's the easiest decision of your trip. Lakers losing 103-93 to the Grizzlies last night, even with that guy right there, sitting on the bench, sidelined with that hand injury. Lakers struggled shooting the ball, going 27% from three, just 41% overall. LeBron had 28 points. AD had 13 on 4 of 14 shooting. Lakers just could not get going offensively. Shannon, what do you think is the biggest reason they lost?
I think the biggest reason they lost, they didn't have the focus. I believe they were content to get one game. They talked about how we're going to get greedy. We want both games. We already got one in the bag. Let's go get another one. And they didn't come out with the focus that said they wanted to get game two. They lacked the defensive intensity. They were just, guys were getting blown by defensive assignments, what it needed to be. And guys were just, no offense. Guys, the first 4 or 5 minutes of the ball game, you can see guys just coming down willy-nilly, just jacking up shots.
Yep.
Thinking like, oh, they without Ja, they without Big Adams, and everything's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to be okay. And you approach the game as if you already had one in the bag. And so it was just frustrating to see, because you saw Sunday what they're capable of. The great execution, the great ball movement, guys playing. D-Lo couldn't buy a shot last night. AD couldn't buy a shot last night. Vando afraid to finish at the rim last night. Mm-hmm. It was just so many things. Rest might be, maybe they need to just play like every other day. Maybe rest is overrated when it comes to this team. I thought, okay, they had the long rest because when they won the play-in tournament, they got 4 or 5 days off, and then they got another 3 or 4 days off, and then they come out flat like this.
Yep.
So maybe the 2 days off and then playing again on Monday, maybe that will serve them well. Skip, this AD man. AD is the biggest magician I've ever seen, because the magicians are normally small. You go back and look at Houdini, you look at Chris Angel, you look at Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy. They're small men.
Yeah.
AD too big to be a magician. Mm. But he disappeared on me last night, right before my eyes. I saw him, and then I didn't see him anymore. Mm. That's unacceptable. Skip, I'm not saying, look, Xavier Tillman is a pro. Okay, he go get 22 and 13. You give me 26 and 18. You can't get outplayed by a backup. Mm-mm. You can't. Mm-mm. The Grizzlies got like, hey, we might rest Ja again. We got life. Mm. And you could have had him on life support.
Yep. Okay. Usually I have a definitive take on what happened in a basketball game. This is one of the weirder outcomes I've ever seen, because 2 + 2 does not equal 4. Usually when you lose badly in a game like this without the other team's star players playing, 3 of them anyway, especially Ja, it's a 3-point shooting contest in which you get shot out of the gym from 3. That didn't happen last night. They shot 30.6% from 3. Mm-hmm. I love Tyus Jones. He was 0 for 5 from 3, and he's a 37% shooter. I love Desmond Bane's 3-point stroke, because he's a 40% 3-point shooter. And you see what he did? He went 1 for 6. So how do you explain that kind of poor 3-point shooting? And you were trailing by 20 much of the game. It just felt like a 20-point game.
Definitely right? In the teams much of the game.
Yes, but it did get to 20 in the third quarter.
Yep.
Okay, so I step back from what happened last night, and I say the single biggest reason you lost was Ja didn't play. That's it. And 2 things happened. You decided we got this when you don't got this, because as Austin Reeves said after the game, they have proven in the last 2 years they play really good basketball with or without him. That's the God's truth. They do.
Right.
And he goes on to say, so we knew it was going to be a challenge. Well, you didn't act like it. Yeah. And he goes on to say they were desperate and they played harder than us. True.
Yes.
Because that's the essence of what happened. Because to your point, you could see in the first 5 minutes of the game, wait a second, Lakers didn't show.
They're going through the motions.
Yeah, they're just going through the motions, because they have by far the 2 best players on the floor. And last night, it wasn't even close. Desmond Bane cannot guard LeBron James. And Anthony Davis should have his way, especially when he's got Xavier Tillman on him, because Xavier Tillman is 6'7".
Right.
And AD's 6'10", okay? But he plays 7 feet as you know, that's why Darvin's been calling Wilt Davis, right? As in Wilt Chamberlain. Okay, so you should have your way, and you don't, because all of a sudden Memphis plays a different style of basketball without Ja. I love Tyus Jones because he's like Cooper Rush is to me, to my Cowboys. Cooper Rush is a quality backup quarterback. Cooper Rush, to my eye, when he's running the Cowboy offense, runs it more efficiently and effectively than Dak Prescott, because Cooper Rush doesn't throw interceptions at the rate that Dak does so dangerously and destructively for my Dallas Cowboys. Well, Tyus Jones had one turnover last night in, what did he play? Tyus played 36 minutes. Okay, so remember, Dylan Brooks was in foul trouble. I mean, he only ended up playing 23 total minutes. So you can't, he wasn't that big a factor in the game, one way or the other, even though he did make a big dagger three at the end of the game. The point is, Tyus Jones runs this offense so efficiently and effectively. He had 8 assists last night. Since March 1st, I showed you, he's had 6 double-digit assist games. He's had a 14 and 2 12s and 3 10s. So the point is, he is capable of running the offense much more effectively than Ja, but Ja's much more spectacular, and Ja's capable of getting 40 on you and high flying and detonating the crowd in ways Tyus Jones doesn't detonate the crowd. Okay, so you were up against it because now they're more machine-like. They're just going to keep working and working for good shots. And then Xavier Tillman has the game of his life at 6 feet 7 inches tall, because he's not going to do that on a nightly basis, because his stats for the year were he averaged 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And
so you let him get triple his points, double his rebounds.
Triple, yeah. He goes 22, 13, and 3.
Right.
Wow. Yet AD blocked 5 shots in the first half, and I thought that was enough to set tone. But no, tone didn't get set, because AD got blocked at the rim by a 6'5" Conchar.
Well, he got blocked several times.
He did. And listen, you got to give Triple J credit, because he just won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And he was on AD a lot, and he was bothering AD.
And even if he's not skipped, he has AD guessing where
he does. Yeah,
he close hitting it,
because he lurks.
Yes, but you know that. So somebody has to just replace him.
Yeah.
You know, one time Vandal got a layup because all he did was just cut to the basket. LeBron hit him. You just don't stand around. I mean, Bron get the ball, and they've been standing around like, okay, what you want to do, Bron? What you want me to do? Cut to the basket. Do something.
Okay.
Go get the man a drink. Do something other than stand there.
Yeah. And then LeBron. You have to impose your physical will, your physicality on this team, because they can't deal with you. They had Dylan Brooks in foul trouble, but it wasn't because LeBron was driving him to the basket, because he only fouled LeBron one time the whole night, but 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter, he's got his 4th foul.
Right.
Well, yeah, you're already in such a deep hole, it's probably not going to matter.
Right. Yeah.
But you could have fouled him out easily if you had attacked him from the start.
Skip, put Bron down on the block. I know they like to play AD down on the block.
Yeah.
Try to get AD going early.
Yeah.
Bron, jump down on that block, get Brooks in foul trouble, get some easy baskets, and then let's see the basket open up for you for the outside game.
It's what should have happened from the start. But you could see from the start they were just dead-headed. Do you blame Darvin Ham for that, for not getting them ready? He was saying all the right things. He was saying all the right things in the sideline huddles when you get to hear the audio. Yeah, he's doing the whole thing about we won 1, it takes 4. Well, it does. You know, it's not one and done.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe they had too much barbecue. Maybe they get to go home. They sleep in their beds. Maybe they had too much time off. Now you get to come home. Now, game 3, you need to come out with the intensity that you came out with in game 1.
Yeah.
You're in front of your crowd. You said you want to play in front of your crowd.
Yeah.
It's going to be packed, because it's been a long time since they had a playoff game in that building.
Did they go to Graceland? I don't know.
No, they ain't go to Graceland.
They didn't? They don't care?
They probably got some more good old barbecue.
Really?
Probably down on Beale Street.
Maybe they went to Disgraceland. Is that possible?
They
were
were a disgrace yesterday. They were absolutely a disgrace.
Yeah.
I felt a little bit like I was watching the old school grit and grind last night. We'll see if the Lakers can respond, guys. But up next here this morning, let's talk about Milwaukee. Did the Bucks show last night that they will roll to the finals? They were really good even without Giannis. That's next right here on Undisputed.